These chairs fucking suck, but could you roll a little more this way, actually?
Am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But then could you go a little more just backward, or, there you go. Alright.
This is insane. Are we recording?
Yeah. Ready?
No.
No?
I'm a little nervous. I got butterflies. How loud do I have to talk?
However loud you want.
Is this like an okay volume?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna, like I said, edit it, so like any stuff where you just, I'll just edit to be louder.
You
work
can
itself
do that?
out. Yeah.
That's crazy. Technology's crazy.
Technology is crazy. How far we've come. But welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends talk about their lives. Today I'm here with David Ethan Bromberg, aka Brombleberg, aka Wavy Davy, aka Joey, aka Dumb Bitch, aka I miss any other names?
No, I think at least one of those was completely made up.
Well, you've definitely been called a dumb bitch in your life.
That's definitely true.
What was your first memory of me and you?
We go back real far. It gets kind of blurred because you were just always there. You know?
Yeah, I've known you since what, like 3, 4 years old?
Yeah. I mean, we would, because you were on the satellite, whatever campus.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely running around synagogue.
Yeah.
Notably not in services.
Yeah. No, like outside, like those stairs. That we
Yeah,
yeah.
the stairs. There's still a stain. Actually, I haven't been back in a while. But last time I was there was still a stain on the carpet on the stairs from when one of us spilled some, like, juice or something.
I don't remember that.
When we were, like, really little. Sneaking into the library a lot.
I remember back when we could still fit in the gap.
Bride's room. What was it called? The bride. The one in the basement.
The nursing room?
Was it a nursing? I thought it was.
The one by
With the couches. With the milk and cookie room.
Yeah, by the milk and cookie room. I don't know. Was that by that Vitals room?
I think it was.
I always thought it was a nursing room.
Oh no, I thought it was where the bride like goes to get ready.
They have a whole room just for that.
I imagine they do. I've never been married.
You need to be a bride. You gotta do some recon.
I would look good.
Honestly, like, put you in a dress right now, you'd go against any of the brides I know. What were you doing today before we started filming?
Oh, I was doing homework. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how to do it. It's too hard.
What's it, biochem or?
No, it's quantitative physiology.
I don't know what those words mean.
It's modeling systems of the human body and other stuff. We like modeled the spread of diseases at one point. It's a lot of MATLAB, a lot of console.
Interesting. Is it like mapping like the molecular structure of like diseases, or what kind of mapping
No,
is it?
in this particular assignment, we are modeling the diffusion of whatever, I think drug delivery through capillaries in your body, so like the drug penetrating the tissue. You have diffusivity constants and stuff that I honestly didn't pay enough attention to, so I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you know at the very least the words, because
Right?
yeah, if you put me in a doctor's room, they're gonna say a bunch of Latin words, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's an exciting Sunday.
It's boring, but it's. I mean, I had football up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Justin Fields is finally coming back.
The Bengals are doing well.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a Bengals fan?
No, I'm not a Bengals fan, but I like to, cause I was a Browns fan,
Yeah.
and I'm temporarily taking a break from being a Browns fan for the next 5 years, cause Deshaun Watson is, not a great dude.
Yeah.
So now I'm a 49ers fan, because that's what I kind of grew up with, but the 49ers are on a bye week, so I need to watch some things, so I put on the Bengals.
Yeah. No, I love Sundays because like it's Sunday scaries of like all the responsibilities you have to do, but at the same time, like during the NFL season, you just get snug and just sit there and watch time pass by. What does your typical day or week look like right now?
I do a lot of school. That's mostly what I do school. I started going rock climbing last week. That's cool. New hyperfixation that I'm gonna hold for a couple months. I go to frisbee practice sometimes. Not often enough. Hang out, smoke weed.
Living the life.
Yeah.
Yeah. What got you on rock climbing?
I got invited to go wall climbing. I'm also taking the wall climbing class next semester. It's 1 credit hour, and I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But my roommate and I were looking for an excuse not to go to practice. His girlfriend texted him and was like, "Hey, we're going wall climbing. You want to come?" And so I went with them. And I thought it was really fun. I'm really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I'm good at it as in like for someone starting off, I'm good at it. I'm really bad at it compared to people who have been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah, the beginner's luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So is practice mandatory for ultimate?
No. I'm on the B team, so it's not. So it's like. The A team is more mandatory. The A team's really, really good, and they have to practice like 3 times a week. I'm on the B team. I'm technically the social captain of the B team, which means I plan stuff and send out texts when we're doing social activities. And drink a lot of pizza.
You drink a lot of pizza?
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of pizza parties that we throw.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I don't go to practice very often. But it's nice. I just go to tournaments and play.
So you only show up when it matters.
Yeah. I'm there to round out our numbers.
We talking about practice. Have you seen that speech from AI? It's Allen Iverson, like in 2001, like where he's like berating practice. He's just like, we're talking about practice. Like it's not even a game. It's practice. Like. It's practice. This isn't like this doesn't mean anything. It's He uses the word practice 27 times in 3 minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's the famous. I'll send it to you after this because it's hilarious and it does make a good point. Practice kind of sucks, but
no, practice is dumb.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things where I'm a senior.
Yeah.
So like,
it's not like you have a.
I'm not
bright future.
I don't need to like go to make friends or like. I mean, I have friends on the team. Most of my friends are on the team already.
Yeah.
I live with them. I don't have to like go, I don't have to like establish a presence on the team because I live with the team, so it doesn't really matter. I've been doing it all 4 years. So I just show up when I need to show up, and it's fun.
You gave your dues.
Yeah. I haven't signed any of the forms either. I think there's like a concussion test that I'm supposed to, like, baseline test that I'm supposed to take. There's forms I'm supposed to sign.
Yeah, I remember doing that baseline test back. I don't know if it was high school or early college because I did boxing or I was in boxing club for a little bit in early college.
Probably
but
for college then.
Yeah, because it's just like a stupid test where you have
Yeah.
like number, and then it's like you have to pay for it. Like it's like $40.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
It's stupid,
Yeah.
but it happens.
Where do you lean politically and why?
Where do I? Oh my God! What a question.
Yeah, it kind of jumps a little bit.
Do you ask all of your clients this question? Am I a client? Is that what it's called?
You're a guest.
You know, I saw an ad. Wait, this is gonna be a tangent.
Yeah, go for it.
I went and voted the other day.
Yeah.
As a good citizen should.
Great Samaritan. Yeah.
Go vote. I voted, and I was walking out of the voting place, and some lady. I'll answer the question by saying I voted Democrat. Some lady, I guess, saw me holding like a Democrat. You know the thing they give you with all the names of the people you're supposed to vote. So this lady saw me and she grabbed me and she offered me candy, so obviously I was going to take it. And she was
You can't take candy from a stranger, come on. That's like rule 1 in stranger danger.
She gave me candy, and then she was like, here, download this app so that we can get Democrats elected everywhere. And I was like, I scanned the little code or looked up what it was, and it brought me, I didn't download the app because it's crazy,
Yeah.
but I looked at what it is, And it's this app that you allow it to look in your contacts. It goes through your contacts. My guess is it looks at, I'm not sure, do you know if you have to register a phone number when you register to vote?
I'm pretty sure you do.
I think you do, you must, because it goes through your contacts and it cross-references, because voter registration is public information. Like if I register as a
Yeah.
Democrat, that's public information.
Yeah, no, trust me, I've looked you up before.
So it cross-references all of the phone numbers in your contacts with all of the registered Democrats or Republicans. It tells you all of your contacts, whether they're registered Democrat or Republican or independent. And then it helps you send a text to all of the Democrats in your phone to get them to vote. Which seems like an insane invasion of privacy.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. I feel like, especially considering like the amount of people in my contacts I've talked to like twice, it's like
Right.
I don't even know
Like
their.
it's public record, yes, but like it literally highlights everyone red or blue.
That's too much information.
That's wild.
That's fucked up. But you said you kind of lean Democrat. Like,
Yeah.
Is the reason?
I mean, I am pretty far left. I don't really know all the terms. I just kind of say what I believe, and then my roommate tells me what the word is for it. I forget the word.
Yeah.
Because he's a lot more into like actual political science than I am. But I am pretty far left. I just think I think there's a lot of just like ridiculous. I think capitalism is dumb. I won't lie. I think capitalism is really stupid. Like there's some merit, but it really just puts some people at the top and everyone else at the bottom. And I think it's stupid because like people are like, no, you just work hard and get paid more, and that's clearly not true because you have like people working 3 jobs. I mean, my mom has students whose parents are out of the picture. They have younger siblings to take care of, and I mean, like people are like, no, go to high school, go to college, get your diploma, work.
Yeah.
But if you have 3 younger siblings at home that you need to take care of, and you have to work 2 jobs in addition to school, like you're starting, so you can't get there.
Yeah. No, I mean,
And there's like the base standard of living that like should exist for all people.
yeah. It's crazy that it used to be like that, though. I mean, personally, I blame Reagan and Reaganomics of the whole.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trickle down economics, is a great idea in theory, but it didn't work in practice.
It's not even a good idea because no economic theory backs it up. It's an excuse to like get rid of taxes for rich people.
Yeah.
Like just straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting, kind of looking back in like, I don't know, the '60s, to '80s, and like seeing that like, or even before the '60s, like the how like minimum wage was like, and the prices of like rent and stuff like that. Like to your point, like you could just work one minimum wage job, 40 hours a week, and you'd have a very livable life.
Yeah.
You'd be able to afford, a mortgage as well as raise like 2 kids on like flipping burgers.
Without a college diploma.
Yeah.
And now you need a master's to get anywhere.
I've seen a master's degree required for like a $15 an hour job.
That's insane.
Yeah. Look at America.
Yeah.
Have you always been super far, or like more far left, or is that kind of progressed more?
I mean, I was always, like, I'll go with the word democratic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I come from a very liberal area of Columbus. I grew up with a liberal family. I've gotten further and further left as I've grown up. Just because I think there's some amount of just like American brainwashing. Not brainwashing is a strong word, but American culture that, like the whole American dream thing, where if you just work really hard, and that's what you're taught your whole life is, like it's not a system or anything. It's just individuals working hard to get their goal.
Yeah.
And like no matter how liberal you are, if that's what you believe, like that's kind of just like that's where my mind was for a while, and I've given up more and more of that idea. Because like at the end of the day, I mean there is some amount of like work hard, but like then you have like the ultra rich people, the Elon Musk's, Jeff Bezos, like they might have worked hard and they're really smart.
Yeah.
But like they're not working, like the return on investment it's diminishing returns. They're not working that much harder than than a middle class vet. They're not working that much harder than my parents.
Yeah. I saw a tweet recently of like Elon's now CEO of 3 different companies. Like, how hard is a CEO job if you can do it for 3 different companies?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he still has time to go on his yacht and
Do Elon stuff.
do Elon stuff, go to space.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy how like his PR has like 180 in the past like 5 years.
Yeah. But no, I've been getting more. I mean, I think a lot of it's just going to college, meeting a lot of people with different backgrounds, getting out of my bubble.
Yeah. And I think the interesting thing, at least for this podcast, is, you know, I know colleges are very left-leaning, and as well as like in your 20s you are a lot more left-leaning, but, you know, in however many years from now, watching this, be like, damn,
Right.
I make points, but now I have
That's what I'm
paychecks.
saying. I know I'm like I'm like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Idealistic person right now.
Yeah.
I would probably look back on this and be like, wow, he's so naive, and what does he know?
Well, that's the nice thing about a time capsule. It's like, you know, it's you in a moment in time, right now, being filmed. This.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with your family?
It's good. Yeah, honestly, I would consider myself very lucky in that regard. I have a very, very good relationship with my parents. I mean, they live close, so I see them pretty often. My dad was out of town last week, and my mom didn't want to hand out candy alone, so I went home and handed out candy with her.
That's nice.
My sisters are good. Apparently I'm like the only one in the family Jenny talks to.
Really?
Yeah.
Not, like, she doesn't have to murder for your parents?
No, not really. I mean, she talks to them, but she doesn't like she texts me. She doesn't like text them.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I have a good relationship with my family. I can't really complain on that front.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of extended family in
Yeah.
Columbus, or is it?
Not
a lot of
in
California?
Columbus. Not in Columbus. But I have a huge extended family. My mom's side to. Well, that's not even true. I went to a wedding in Mexico recently. I was trying to figure out how I was related to them. And it's like I don't know why we still keep in contact with them. It's like my dad's great granddad was like brothers with the guy's great great granddad or something. Like
So like
it's,
3rd or
it's-
4th cousins?
We're like probably like 5th or 6th. It's like insane.
Yeesh.
But like I don't know. It's fun. But no, I have and then over the summer I went on a river trip. It was really cool. It was down to Colorado through the Grand Canyon, for 2 weeks, and that was with my mom's side of the family. So it was me and most of my first cousins, not all of them, and then like a bunch of second cousins. The generation above, most of the generation above me came. It was cool. It's kind of weird. Apparently a lot of them have like insane religious trauma.
Damn. Are they all Jewish, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot of Jewish Mexicans, so
Well, no, my mom's side of the family is not Mexican.
okay, I was about to say, like, Like, I know you got some color on you, but this
No,
is a whole new thing.
I'm not Mexican.
Yeah.
On my dad's side, there's, I think his name was like Boris. Like, great granddad or something.
Mm-hmm.
My family came from Russia, like Jews.
Yeah.
And half of them went to America, and then half of them went to Mexico with the goal of going to America afterward, and then just kind of stay. Although a lot of them have moved to America now, like Florida. But no, so like half of them went to America, that's my branch.
Yeah.
Half of them went to Mexico, that's that branch.
Mm.
So it's like a fairly distant branch of my family. It's wild that we still talk to them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone's got to do it. I mean, the Bromberg line can only be so strong.
Yeah.
If you're all disconnected.
Yeah. No, it's wild too, because like there's a lot of Brombergs on that side, but like my granddad,
Mm-hmm.
like of my first cousins,
Yeah.
unless Murphy or Jenny keeps their name, which isn't gonna happen, I'm the only Bromberg who's like to pass down the name, just like a wild thing.
I'm the last master, so I get
Are
it.
you really?
Yeah, because I mean, my grandfather
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
he-
you do have sisters.
came from Poland and not really with any family left there, and then had two sons. The one doesn't really want kids, the other one only had one son, and so here I am.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta pass it down to someone, or else we're gone.
Yeah.
What's your most unique talent?
I'm good at. Nah, not even that good at that. I'm really lucky.
You're lucky?
I'm really lucky. That's what I'm going with. I'm a very lucky person.
How so?
Like, I lost my water bottle a couple weeks ago. I mean, I lost it again and didn't get it back. But
Right.
I lost my water a couple weeks ago, and I was wandering around trying to find a printer on campus, and just happened to like find my water bottle. Like, I've lost that water bottle like 8 times before I actually lost it.
How'd you even lose it? Like,
I
did you?
just left it somewhere. I don't know. I must have left it somewhere in Fontana. And I just found it when I was trying to find. I don't know.
So you can find your water bottle that magically disappeared, or you magically.
Or like last year. Okay, last year I had OChem and physics in the same semester.
That's terrible.
And both of them had every single exam date scheduled for the same day and time.
That's even more terrible.
And I emailed the physics, because I didn't want to move the OChem exam, so I emailed the physics professor. And I was like, hey, can I take it a different day? And he was like, no, we scheduled our exams for the class when the class was made. Like, this shouldn't be an issue. If it's a problem, it's a problem with the other class. And I was like, that's not how that should work, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple days and see what happens. And I got an email from my OChem professor the next day that was like, we're gonna move all the exams back 2 days.
Hell yeah.
I was like, cool, thanks.
So the power of luck, you can move things around.
Yeah.
That's a pretty unique skill. Like, I need you to come with me to buy a lottery ticket or something.
No, I've never won a lottery ticket.
What about a raffle?
I have won a couple raffles.
What have you won?
Nothing special. It's just like little, like in elementary school. Like my mom let me buy. Either I could buy one thing from the bake sale or a raffle ticket, and I did the math in my head as a 4th grader and said, I could either have guaranteed brownie or a very slim chance of winning a basket full of stuff. So I bought a raffle ticket and I won the raffle. That was like cool.
Got a basket full of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, raffles are weird.
Or like, there was Hillel had a raffle my sophomore year for an engraved hydro flask, which I left on a coda bus on my.
How do you lose this many water
I
bottles?
just don't want to talk about it. But they had a raffle on Instagram. It was like, put your name in the comments, make sure you follow, and like tag 3 people or something.
Yeah.
And I tagged like 3 non-Jews. And I was like, I told my roommate, I was like, I'm gonna win this raffle. He was like, what? It's like, no, it's my water bottle, I'm gonna get it. And then like, the next week they came out with I got a DM from him that was like, hey, you won. It's like, cool, I know.
I don't know if I'm more mad at you the fact that you just knew you were gonna win, or the fact that you just left it on a Greyhound bus.
No, it was a Coda bus.
Coda bus.
Yeah.
Dude,
It was nice too. It was like engraved with Ohio State on it.
did it say David Bromberg on it?
No, it said something in Hebrew.
Oh, someone definitely stole that then.
No, I know. I'm really bummed about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was stolen with David, or if it had David Bromberg engraved, I'd be like, I mean, personally, I would steal that because that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, but with losing things all the time, I don't like. I mean, I'm used to. I like lose shit all the time. I'm really good at losing things. Like I lost my keys a couple weeks ago, and I found them in my backpack. It's like.
It's happened.
Like usually I can lose things in a way that I'll find them later.
It's like a game of hide and seek for yourself.
Yeah.
I ever tell you about the time freshman year when I lost my glasses?
No.
So I was in my buddy's room and I put my glasses down somewhere and I scoured the entire room for like 2 hours. Couldn't find it, right? And it's the middle of February. And I'm like, I need my glasses to see the chalkboard and stuff, right? Or projector, whatever. I was wearing sunglasses in the middle of February to classes for like 2 weeks. And eventually found them like in a spot I checked like 5 times. It was like in one of his like drawers for some reason.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, things come back somehow.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I also just, like, I lost my water bottle. I lost a couple water bottles. I've lost so many water bottles. I don't get attached to water bottles.
Oh, I'm the exact opposite. This has been off for like 5 years.
Oh, I had one of those. I brought it to camp, and then I left it at camp.
Yeah, no, these are amazing. Like, here's the thing. To be fair, I don't know if this is the exact one I started with, but if I ever lose it, I replace it with this exact model.
I mean,
yeah, awesome.
But that's like, that's cheating.
What do you mean that's cheating?
You're like, I've never lost this water bottle that I've lost and replaced.
Maybe I don't know if I said lost, I said emotionally attached to. I'm emotionally attached to these kinds of water bottles. These Gatorade 32 ounce.
Loyalty, right?
No, it's not brand loyalty, it's just that if you could find me one of these that didn't have Gatorade on, there's just like a squeezy, squirty goodness. Don't take that out of context.
That's my new soundbite.
I've thought about using a lot of sound bites right here, but no, this is like, my old roommates could tell that I like was walking up or down the stairs because you could hear like, and I do that all the time.
There's
a lot.
I feel like
there's a lot to what just happened.
I feel like there's a deeper, like a subconscious kind of.
It feels better than sucking it. God damn it! Stop it! Don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Doing this to myself, fuck. But
yeah, I don't know which joke to make here.
There's a lot. There's
a lot.
Yeah, I'm just inherently a joke. What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
When I was on spring break.
Oh,
I remember that. Because it was like very, I don't know if I knew about COVID before spring break, but it was like I remember someone was like, someone in the U.S. has COVID. It was like,
I don't know what that is. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
It was like someone in the U.S. has COVID, and it was a big deal because it got to the U.S.
Yeah.
And then we like started getting the news of like schools shutting down, and I was on a beach in Gulf Shores, Alabama. It was beautiful. We had a Airbnb right on the beach, and we spent every day just like. I made like a lot of sandwiches. We had like communal food, and I was like, no, I need my own food too. So I had like a bunch of sandwich materials, and I would make sandwiches every day, bring them to the beach, play spike ball, get drunk, and they like someone was like, like this school closed for COVID, and it was like, oh, another. And then we got the news Ohio State closed for COVID, and we were like, long spring break.
Yeah.
and then it didn't end for like 3 more years.
Yeah, I remember getting that first email. I was like, "Woo, long spring break! Like, more time to have fun." And then 2 days later, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, that was a lot of people saw the news and were like, because we were in Alabama and we were planning on getting back for school, and suddenly we didn't have school to get back to.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of groups, like a lot of us drove, so there were people like, oh, our car wants to just like go to this place instead of going back to Ohio.
Yeah.
And then it kind of progressed, and we were like, oh, this is like a little more serious than we thought. Like, we shouldn't be traveling right now, let's just go back to Ohio.
Yeah.
And so I think like there was one group that stayed in Gulf Shores a little longer, but other than that, most people went back. And then it was moving out of the dorms, and we had to like stagger our move outs.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, because I lived in Lincoln.
Yeah.
So it was like they didn't want more than like they didn't want more than like 1 or 2 people moving out at a time.
Makes sense.
And so we had to like sign up for move out dates, and there was like.
So you didn't get like a goodbye to like your roommate's studio?
No, that was tough. That was the toughest part, because our suite, I mean, they're still like my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Our suite, about half of us still are like super, super close.
Mm-hmm.
And our suite was like super tight, and we had all these plans of like, at the end of second semester, we're gonna do all these things, and it really sucked needing to just like bug out without saying goodbye to anyone.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I left the dorms my sophomore year, like 3 months early. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we already signed our house. We were like ready to like have our last hoorah. And it's just like,
yeah.
You don't have that. It's like all the like, cause like you know, like I think everyone had plans, and we had plans of like some of the, cause we had like these crazy like I don't know, St. Patty's Day stuff, cause it was like right after spring break, and like everything just went up in smoke.
Yeah. We also we had an edible dealer my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
He stopped, but we got these edibles from him. Like as a suite, we would just like place orders.
Yeah.
And it worked out that we had an order right before we had to move out, and so like we ended up needing to like distribute them without being in contact. So we like the first person who moved out grabbed them and then put them under the couch, and then like as people filtered in, they were like taking them, because we were gonna just like have a great time with them together, and then we were like, well,
no, we can't. We gotta do this.
And the parents were all there when we were trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah, that sucks that you guys didn't like get to say goodbye to each other. I know for my move out, I got to see 2 of my roommates, and we were like the only 3 people in the dorm. We just scheduled it like at a similar time, like you said, but. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we didn't get all 4 of us together sucked, and I don't know, people shit on the dorms, but they were a ton of fun for what they were, you know?
Yeah. I mean, people shit on Lincoln a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, again, about half. There were people in that dorm that, I mean, I don't really need to see again. But I'm still close with like half of them, and it really does suck that like the 16 of us, I guess at that point it was 15, and 1 kid left. But yeah, it sucked that the group of us couldn't like sit in the living room and play gun game or whatever. Like
one last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Speaking of COVID though, how was your quarantine?
It's good. I had a fun time. I mean, obviously, as far as quarantine goes, but like, you know Nick, but Nick lived behind me.
Did he move? Or?
Yeah, he moved during the first summer of COVID.
Damn.
I want to say. So during that summer he moved, but there was, I mean, we were so close to each other just in proximity that like I would just walk to his house pretty much every night. And we had, it was actually really funny. Nick and I would stay up till like 4 in the morning playing Minecraft because we had nothing better to do. So we would just play Minecraft till like 4 a.m.
Hell yeah.
And then and so we had some Somaliland girls stay at the house because their schools closed and they didn't have anywhere to go. So we had 3 girls staying at our house. So for the month of Ramadan, it was really fun because they would wake up super early to eat breakfast before the sunrise. And I would get back to my house and like wave at them as I'm going to bed and they're getting up. But it was fun. We like put in a patio in my backyard, just like goofed off a lot. I got really into making pasta.
Remember that phase?
Yeah.
Baker Bromberg. Yeah.
So it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, you gotta look at the silver linings of everything, you know, like, considering the whole world epidemic. But it sounds like you had a good time, like, you know, in backstay living with your parents and everything.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And then, I mean, sophomore year, it was still quarantined, but like, I got to move into a dorm.
Yeah.
And everyone had like their bubble. So my friend group was like, there were like 8 of us who would hang out all the time, and like, it was fun.
I thought your sophomore year you moved into on Frambies.
No, I moved into Fernandes junior year. I moved into...
Where were you living sophomore year?
Howard.
I remember that actually, yeah. I completely forgot about that, I'm not gonna lie.
So my roommate and I too, we got the best lottery. No, we got really good lottery numbers. We won with Howard. It was really good.
Yeah. Didn't you guys move like make a super double?
Yeah. So we didn't have to. It was set up like that. So there were desks in one room, and beds in one room, in our own bathroom, which was really nice. And we had a great set. We have like the TV and the broken futon.
Classic experience, yeah.
Oh yeah. And we played through all of Lego Star Wars.
Hell
the
yeah.
complete saga. Like 100% of it.
Yeah. Me and my roommate always talked about doing that. We never did.
Yeah.
I'm jealous now.
No, it was fun. I mean, it was COVID. We couldn't leave.
Yeah, dark times on campus.
Also, classes at that point, online classes were like, we don't know what we're doing, so it was a complete mess. And so, like, most of our classes were like pretty easy. It was a fun semester.
What's your relationship like with your religion?
Religion. It's complicated, I guess. It's weird. I think I kind of figured out recently, like, some more about it, because I'm not very practicing. But I grew up I didn't grow up very practicing. I just grew up, I went to Hebrew school, I did USY, I went to Ramah, I did Nativ. I learned a lot, like I know a lot, and I don't agree with all of it, but like, I at least am well educated. But it's been hard to find somewhere that like, with all that education, I kind of like developed my own very particular views.
Yeah.
And like, just like preferences on how services go. And I think a huge thing, I've had a lot of trouble finding a place that fits what I want. I think a big part of that is I really don't like cantors.
You don't like Tanner Chomsky? You kidding me?
I didn't say that. I'm not gonna name names.
I'm gonna name names. You don't like the end of the night I had to die for like 10 minutes?
No, it's just I think the big thing is like the only places I've enjoyed services are camp, a little bit of USY, but not as much, and Nativ. And it's always been services that are led by a member of the I mean, at the time it was a camper or a native person, like
Yeah.
one of the members of the congregation.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone knows the prayers, everyone is singing along.
Everyone knows the tune too.
Everyone knows the tune, and
Yeah.
there's not one person making up their own tune as they go. And every time people think they catch on, they mix it up with a different tune, and it's just like it ruins it for me. And I can't find, I haven't found a place that like has the camp vibe of service. And like there's places, and there's also things where like it makes me a little uncomfortable when like services are in English. Or when people play instruments during a Shabbat service.
Yeah.
Or if they're using, if they're blatantly using electronics during this, or like projectors.
Yeah.
Which is like really common now.
I think since COVID, yeah, but I would agree, like before COVID, like having any electronics is also kind of hurt me a little bit, but sorry, continue.
I mean, yeah, no, it's one of the, I mean, I understand with like doing it from home and everything, but it's just, like for the high holidays, my dad went to like 4 different services and he was like, I think I found a synagogue I liked. It's in DC, and I was like, that's not helpful.
Yeah.
And there's always like the services, the sermons are, like I have very particular views. So when a rabbi gives a sermon that doesn't align with those views, it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird for me.
Yeah.
But I still like, I try and take the stuff that I like about Judaism, about the religion, and do that and believe in that and ignore the rest of it.
Yeah. I think, to your point on services, I never realized it until you kind of pointed it out, like, me too, like, I feel like I have, like, my own, like, very view just based on, like, you know, doing USY and going to Tifereth and, you know, going to Emma Kaufman and similar to you, and, like, you know, I've always also wondered, like, why does playing instruments at services, like, rub me, like, why does that irritate me so much, or things like that. So I think that just having a lot of that amalgamation of different views might not be, or is a lot more, maybe more common. And to be honest, like, I feel like since Unger left Tifereth, like, and especially like, I don't know, like I remember going to like holiday services for them. It was like, I don't know any of these tunes.
Yeah.
I don't know who, like, outside of like Rabbi Alex, like I don't know who any of these people are. Like,
And I mean, that's the wild thing too, is I went to I didn't go in person, but I like looked on the remote video that they were broadcasting, and I was watching the service, and the new rabbi, didn't they make it I don't know, there's something about like a new head rabbi that wasn't Rabbi Alex, which I thought was odd.
yeah, they kind of skipped over Alex and got an external new head rabbi to replace Unger, which is also weird to me now that I think. Like, I've always wondered why. Like, I guess he was a young and like
He's younger and probably less experienced overall, but I feel like if you have been at the synagogue longer, you should move into that. I mean, I don't know if that's normal or not.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if it was maybe like a Woody thing of like they weren't sure if he was gonna stay.
Yeah, that's fair. But the new rabbi was like, it honestly might have been Alex too. One of them was like, I'm gonna introduce this new like tune to this prayer, and like everyone just kind of like you'll catch on. It's like cool, and it's good sometimes to like do that, but like I don't know. There's something about just like the stuff I grew up with that just resonates with me a lot more.
I think that, you know, the traditional, for lack of a better word sounding, like services, like tunes, like they have like kind of this mysticism and awe about it. I don't know, like they're catchy, but it's also like it feels like bigger than thou. Whereas like some of these newer tunes, especially like the stuff with the instruments, like always feels like corny or like
Yeah.
hokey
Have
almost.
you ever been to a Sephardic service?
I don't know if I have.
It's cool. They have like really nice tunes to everything. It's really fun, yeah. I don't know anything, so I like just kind of stand there.
Yeah.
But like, it's fun to be at.
Okay. And to your other point about kind of or like with stuff about the culture and the religion, kind of like picking what you like and stuff. I think that's at the end of the day, everything's a belief. You know, like they're as great as like it would be for there to be a right answer, even about Judaism, much less about all religion. Like, I mean, you go to a Reform synagogue, you go to an Orthodox synagogue, you can disagree on so much stuff. So I think it's all in the eye of the beholder. You know.
Yeah.
What's your biggest regret?
I mean, I screwed up a little bit. I did pre-med,
Mm-hmm.
and then I dropped pre-med. And I'm not mad I dropped it. It's a little bit annoying I didn't drop it sooner because it took up a lot of time and tanked my GPA.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just kind of have to deal with the fact that I have like a D+ in a class that there was a semester I had like 3 pre-med classes, and that was the semester I decided not to be pre-med anymore, so I completely lost motivation for those classes.
Yeah.
So I guess I regret doing that. I don't know, I try not to dwell.
What are you most worried about?
Finding a job.
That's senior year for you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know exactly what I want to do. I don't know. I'm not like, yeah, I need to find a job. That's like the forefront of my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, global climate change is another thing.
Yeah, it's a very warm December. Or
Yeah.
November right now. It's
Oh my god,
unsettlingly
it's
warm.
beautiful out.
Yeah, but it's also
Awesome.
like the middle of November and it's like I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think finding a job is the big thing right now.
Yeah. Do you have any idea like what kind of part of BME you want to go into specifically, or?
No. I don't know. That's like, I have no idea. I have no idea what I want to do.
Mm.
I have no idea what I want to do.
Did the lab not? Did
I mean, if anything, the lab kind of, because I've worked at 2 labs now.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed both of them. They were very, very different in both like workplace environment and also just like content of what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was happy at both, which I think is a good sign if I'm getting a job, but like
Yeah.
it kind of just showed me that like I don't have like a specific thing that I like am desperately interested to get involved with. I just like I think as long as it is a good work environment for me.
Yeah, I think honestly that's the biggest thing. Like I can say from my experiences of my my internship last summer with the startup. Loved the place, loved the company, loved the culture, loved the people. Hated my actual job, and I learned like I like this kind of company. I hate this kind of actual like work. So I think like finding what you don't like is just as important as finding what you do like. So do you think you want to do more like studying or like research stuff like that, or?
No, I think I want to do something project based. I think there's companies that are just like straight up R&D like devices like design, like companies that a different company will go to and say, hey, we want to build this, and then the company that I would theoretically work at would make it happen.
Sounds a bit like consulting.
Yeah. So it would be, I mean, just anywhere, anywhere that I can like be given a project and then make it, I think would be cool. I think, but I don't want to just like pour over spreadsheets and papers all day.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's trying to do that for the rest of their life.
I have a roommate who's really into that.
Yeah. Look, Excel's useful, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The amount of time I'm not gonna get in my rant, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. What's something that made you laugh really hard recently? What's your favorite tradition?
I mean, it's kind of topical considering the time of year that this isn't getting released. But I really like, every year I watch Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown on Halloween. And it's awesome. I have movies like that for like most holidays. I watch every year on Christmas, I watch, or at least theoretically, I've been bad about it the past few years. I watch It's a Wonderful Life with my mom. Which I know I'm Jewish, but it's such a good movie.
No, I love Christmas movies.
I don't know, those kind of, just like the trip, just like little things, like on 4th of July every year I use the smoker and make a bunch of meats with my mom. A lot of these are my mom. That kind of, those traditions, I guess,
Yeah.
are the ones that I really like. I don't know if that's what the question was asking for, but
Kind of whatever tradition you want, and I don't know. I like that. Like, how long have you been watching like those same movies with your mom, do you think?
well, A Great Pumpkin was actually not my mom. It was one of my elementary school friends' mom's tradition that I stole because we spent Halloween together pretty much every year. But It's a Wonderful Life, I don't even remember when that started. I think probably in like middle school. Yeah. And every year on Passover we throw ping pong balls for hail.
I forgot you guys did.
Yeah.
I've only been to one Bromberg Seder. I'm sad I've never been to more.
It's fun. I got my roommates to come last year.
No way.
It was a small Seder too. I mean, I think there were some other people outside of the family, but it was me and my parents, and then like some of their friends, and then my house and one of their girlfriends, and it was so much fun. I mean, and it's 4 mandatory cups of wine, so
Yeah.
we were all,
Haven't admit that. Yeah.
oh my god, we were all getting wine drunk at a Passover. We were throwing ping pong balls.
As you should. I feel like college kids with wine and ping pong balls and a Seder just sounds like a
It's so
recipe
much
for
fun.
disaster.
No, it was. My dad said it was one of the best Seders he's had in a long time.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. If you have nothing to do next year, I know you usually probably have Seders. But
I think we usually host second night, I'll figure a way out.
all right,
Who's your hero?
probably my dad.
Hmm.
I mean, he's a good guy. Worked his ass off for his family. I mean, just the kind of person I want to be. Yeah.
Oh, your dad's a great guy.
He's fun too.
Yeah.
He gets along with I mean, he makes friends everywhere he goes.
Mm.
And just like, I don't know, he's got very strong values. And both of my parents have given up a lot for their family, but my dad, like, I don't know, like, there isn't a thing he wouldn't do
Mm-hmm.
for his kids, and that, like, I don't know, it's shown over the years, and I really appreciate it as one of his children. And I give him a lot of shit, but I steal all of his clothes, but I don't know, it means a lot, I guess. I want to be that kind of person.
Yeah. I'm sure you will be.
We'll see.
What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
Nothing super. There hasn't really been anything wildly eventful this past month. Like, I guess what I'm saying is there hasn't been like an event or something new that's entered my life that's like radically, or like been a huge thing. But like the stuff that's been there has just been really great. Like, I mean, again, I don't know how this is gonna, it's weird because, I mean, my girlfriend and I, we've only been dating for like a couple months, so it's weird, it's a little bit weird for me to be like,
Yeah.
putting this in a time capsule when I have no idea how that's gonna play out. I'm optimistic, but
Yeah.
like she's amazing. And it's been really fun we're like at 2 months, so the past month has been like still new in this relationship, so it's been really, really fun to like learn how that dynamic is working and like just spend time with her. And my roommates, I've had our ups and downs, but they're all really great. I just like all of the things that have been there have just been like really good this past semester. All of my friends are really great. School has been okay. I've had a good month. Halloween, October.
What'd you go as?
Oh, the first night I found like a random safari costume in my closet. Because I had a party to go to. And then for actual Halloween I went as Sherlock Holmes.
I should could have seen that. Wait, was that when you were giving out candy with your mom, or?
No, I didn't dress up for that. I dressed up as a college student. I was drinking beer. I was sitting outside with a bowl of candy, drinking beer, and if it was an older kid, I would throw the candy, try and get it into their bag.
That's hilarious.
But no, it was fun. We also had, I know, you weren't there.
I got drunk very, very quickly. Did not expect to do that, and I meant to apologize to you.
No, that's fair.
I was trying to wrestle one kid.
Nice. We had the biggest party I think I've ever seen at that house.
Really?
It was insane. There was also a cover fee, so I volunteered to like bounce the whole night, and I like there was a point where there was like a line, like, I mean, you've seen my house, but it was like to like the alley.
No way.
It was insane. My roommate was live DJing the whole time. We had a bunch of shots in test tubes and Jello shots and punch that was pitch black because we used activated charcoal in it. And oh my god, I've never seen that many people want to go in my house. And it was like at first it was people we knew, people we invited, but there were but there was a point where like there was a party at 72 a couple houses down, and some people from that just came and wanted to see what was going on at my house. And like, it was wild.
I'm sad I didn't get too drunk to show up.
No, it's okay. It also, I mean, it was a lot. We talked about it after. We were all like a little on edge having that many people that we didn't know. So it's probably not going to happen again.
Yeah.
At least maybe once next semester. There's talks of a Frambies Fest in the spring.
I might be there, I might not. I mean, dude, I went to, my friend turned 21 the other day. She lives on Frambies, and I like walked up and I was like, nope, I don't know anyone here, and everyone looks like they're 18. I gotta go.
I mean, yeah, but no, we were talking about it. There's like a group chat for Frambies now.
No wonder.
And
I gotta see who's in that chat after, because I want to see who.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, who's the representation that I know.
Yeah. No, there's talks in that chat of doing a Frambies Fest in the spring.
Yeah, that's cool.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this will be out before Frambies Fest, or maybe after. I mean, it can't be worse than the last Chit Show. Do you remember the last Chit Show?
God. Yes, I remember that. That was infamous.
Yeah, that was fucking riot.
People were flipping cars.
Yeah.
Also, it was stupid because people were flipping cars and all of them were doing it on camera, and so many people got in trouble.
I know someone who was standing on top of one of the cars and got videotaped.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
People are idiots, I swear. There's no quote. It's like, think of how dumb the average person is.
Yeah.
Half of the population is dumber than that.
Yeah. No, I've never been to a chip fest, and I am never gonna go to one. I'm okay with that.
I went my freshman and sophomore year, and it's always fun until the police arrive on horses. Then it's like, okay, that's when you gotta go.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, well, also because, what was it, my junior, senior year when the last one happened, like, that was like just so much pent up, like, stuff that, like, it wasn't.
Why was it there? Was it the Michigan game?
I don't know, but it was just also just like, it was the first like big like anything in a while, and I think people were just like
Right.
needed to like let something out, and so just rage. What do you think your past self would think of you now?
Probably mixed feelings.
How so?
I think he'd be, I don't know. I think my past self would have no idea what he's talking about. I feel like it's hard to gauge. I wasn't too focused, like, well, what do you mean by past that? How far back are we going here?
As far as you want to go.
Because, like, I think things aren't going differently than I expected.
Yeah.
Just, like, I've had a lot of experiences since, like, high school.
Mhm.
I have very different outlooks on, like, a lot of things. I've gotten a lot more laid back on, like, I put a lot less pressure on myself than I used to, and I think that would probably show. If my past self saw me now, I don't think that he'd be, like, ecstatic that I'm on the path I am. Like, that I think he had a lot bigger dreams than he needed to. I don't know, I don't think he'd be, like, disappointed.
Mhm.
Just, like, what does a high school kid look at when they see a college senior? They see someone old, they see someone who has their shit figured out,
Mhm.
which generally isn't true. It's not true in this case, but I think I would look at myself and be like, wow, that's a whole ass person, and that's really cool. I mean, I was small. I'm not, like, big now. I don't think I've grown a ton. I put on, like, 20 pounds.
Yeah, but I remember when you were like 4'10" in like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't 4'10" in high school.
Like 5'1", or
Yeah,
how? I remember just like coming back one summer and you just grew like 6 inches.
Well,
Like,
I
what the fuck?
cheated a little bit.
How do you cheat height?
I took growth hormone, dude.
Oh, I forgot about that. I remember you put it in your butt.
I put it in my butt.
Yeah.
No, I think I would have looked at myself and been like, wow, that's a whole ass person. And probably would have been really annoying. Like I campered as counselor.
Mhm.
But, like, I would have looked up to me, I think. That was a really convoluted way to get there. We can cut a lot of that out in post.
Yeah. Well, fix the post. Yeah. But no, I think I get what you're saying. Like you would, it might not be exactly what you thought of when you were like whatever age you're exactly thinking of, but you still think it's something to aspire to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, like, just as a generalization, a lot of, at least when I was in high school, if I saw someone, or, like, even when I was in elementary school and saw a high schooler, like, it's always, like, the person who is that next stage
Mhm.
for you is always just like, they always seem to know more, and they usually do know more, and it's just like, it just gets you excited.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, you're working, I'm not working yet.
Working-ish.
I see you, I'm like, damn, he's got a whole ass job, that must be nice.
Dude, I got, like, I've come to the conclusion no one has their shit figured out and everyone's flying by the seat of their pants.
That's one of the weirdest things I've gotten, like, as I've gotten older, I've met a lot of adults. Like, when you're a kid, adults know everything.
Yeah.
And you listen. Well, you don't always listen, but you're supposed to listen. And I've gotten older and I've met a lot of adults that are complete idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, even, like, the people I look up to, the people that I, like, have known the longest, like, family members, who, when I was a kid, they were, again, just an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And now I see them and they have, like, their own insecurities and their own uncertainties and their shit that they're trying to figure out. And stuff that I disagree with them on and whatever, and it's just kind of eye-opening to be like, oh, the world's, everyone's a mess.
Yeah, you've seen Community.
Yeah.
You know the episode where Troy turns 21?
Yeah, that's a good episode.
Like the part where Troy was like, you guys like have been arguing about the same thing, like that like realization, like when I first watched it I was like, what, like 16, 17,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's like whatever, but then like I rewatched it because I chronically watched that show.
I watch that all the time.
It's like, it's the thing of like, you're just watching one episode, next thing you know, you finish the whole series.
Yeah.
But like, I watched that episode recently, I was like, damn, this hits a lot harder than I remember.
Yeah, no, I watched that episode pretty recently and I was like, huh, that's real.
Yeah, that's spot on. But hey, 6 is a movie.
In a movie!
Let's go. You hear Donald's supposed to be on it now?
I thought he was from the beginning.
There was like questions if he was, but Donald said he would love to be on it. Nicole Brown is the only question mark.
Is she really?
Yeah, I think it's just because like scheduling stuff, but hopefully that's it.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
No, because I remember during their reunion they were like...
Yeah, the like the read along and then the after show.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, we all want to do it. Donald, do you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, if I can make it.
Dude, the fact that I had a whole group chat with Adam because they thought he was too busy.
It's so funny.
I'm finishing.
I
Or
love that.
have you seen Atlanta?
No, I've seen bits and pieces.
I think you'd like Atlanta. The last episode of the entire show is airing this Wednesday, I want to say.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's only 4 seasons, 10 episodes apiece, 30 minutes.
Oh,
Very easy, very good. What do you think your purpose in life is?
I don't buy into it. I don't buy into that. I think, I mean, I have trouble believing in, like, I mean, the question, what's your purpose in life, kind of is contingent on there being
A purpose.
a purpose.
Yeah.
Which is like contingent on like a plan, which is contingent on like a higher being.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really, I mean, I think it's entirely possible that there's like some higher being, God, whatever. I think it's insane to assume one religion got it right.
Yeah.
But, so I don't think that like, I think that we, I mean, in a universe as big as ours, possibilities and whatnot, things that, like, humans happen.
Yeah.
And they are here, and I don't think that any one person was like put on this earth for a purpose. I think it was a bunch of random variables that in insanely long odds put you and me in this room together.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think that's an excuse to like say nothing matters.
Yeah.
Because like I feel,
Mm-hmm.
I get sad when people are dicks. And I assume based on empirical evidence that other people also feel.
Yeah.
So I just kind of view it as you get one shot with this. I don't think there's like an afterlife. I don't really buy into reincarnation. I don't know what's stuck in my throat right now.
No, you're good.
But I think like generally, like you get one shot at life. So the number one thing is making sure you do with that whatever makes you happiest. Because at the end of the day, like what you're getting out of life is whether you're happy or not.
Mm-hmm.
If you have like a bunch of money, it doesn't really matter if you die unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
So number one is like making yourself happy, and then number two would be once you've established that, I'm kind of the opinion that like everyone else also has one shot, and like it's unreasonable for me to make that one chance at life worse for them.
Mm-hmm.
So the number two thing is like once you're happy, like make other people happy. Like if you give someone, like if I go to a restaurant and I have a server, and like it's an extra what, $3 to tip them well.
Yeah.
Go from that 20% to 25%, 15 to 20. That's like not a huge amount out of my life, but I mean I've been on the other side, and if someone tipped me 25%, that feels really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like I guess it's not my specific purpose, but like purpose in general is to just make everyone's shot at life a little bit better.
Yeah. Have you heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. The top of that is self-actualization. You know, like to your point, figuring out how to make yourself truly happy, and then there's been discussions of is there a next step of helping other people self-actualize. So.
Damn.
You are rooted in full
figured
psychology.
it out,
Yeah.
all on my own. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is crazy.
That's actually really interesting. I will probably procrastinate my homework by reading about that later.
Go for it. That's all I'm here. That's my purpose, to help procrastinate.
Nice.
Yeah. On a similar topic though, are you fulfilled?
No. I feel like that's a loaded question.
Yeah. But
Like, I'm generally happy. I'm not always happy. I have my ups and downs, but like I could say I'm fulfilled, and then look back later and be like, wow, I have, like I don't know what's gonna be I don't know what my stances are. I don't know what my stances in the future. That guy.
yeah.
Are gonna be saying later.
Yeah. I guess like in this moment.
In this moment, I think mildly. It's hard to know.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm generally happy. I would say that I'm fairly fulfilled. I think that there's like my life's not perfect, but I don't think that's like a bad thing. But like there's still things I want to do. I would probably like to have kids at some point and
Yeah.
feel like, and I don't know, travel a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But like as far as I've gotten, I've done the best I can. I feel like that's all you can do.
Yeah.
To be fulfilled.
I completely agree. I mean, look back and I did all right. You know, didn't fuck up too much.
Not too much.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years, personally and professionally, if you want?
Same thing everyone else probably says. Working an actual person job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's gonna be, but that's because I haven't really figured out what I want to do.
Yeah.
I imagine it's gonna be something in the biomedical engineering field, or at least adjacent to.
Mhm.
I don't see myself making any drastic changes in that path. I think personally, I would like to be, I don't know, it's hard to gauge, like, you know, relationships and stuff, how that's gonna go. I'm optimistic about my current relationship. But at least, like, I have a lot of friends right now. I have a lot of people in my life that make me really happy. I would like that to be that way in 5 years. It might be a different I mean, everyone's kind of moving. So it might be a different group of people, but I would like it to be the same kind of relationships. Like the same, yeah, I see in 5 years, I see myself being the same me, just at a new job and maybe a new place.
Mhm.
I don't expect any crazy changes.
Yeah.
Which would be great if that happened, because this would be gold if I completely derailed my life.
Hey, I mean, set the bar low. That way you can never disappoint yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'll do pretty good in the next 5 years. 27-year-old David's gonna be great.
7, oh God.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be, I don't think I'd be married by then.
Yeah.
It's entirely, I mean, Murphy's engaged and she's 20, oh God, is she 28? I think she's 28.
Mhm.
Anyway, Murphy's 28 and she's engaged, so maybe in 5 years I'll be engaged.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Better be a best man though. Just
I
saying.
don't know about that one, Chief. You'll definitely be at the wedding.
Let's go. Wait, who's gonna be best man though? Is it gonna be headband?
No, it's not a headband. I was like barely invited to his wedding. You know, I had to. I didn't get an invitation. I like had to text him and be like, "Hey, you said our whole house was invited, and then my whole house got an invitation. Is there a mistake here, or am I just not invited?" It was one of the most awkward texts I've ever sent in my life. And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was a complete mistake. You are 100% invited." And I was like, "Thank God."
The only reason I say headband specifically because I just remember you explaining all the nicknames and stuff, and headband was just the funniest thing to me. Of like, why is he named the headband? Oh, he wore a headband to his first practice.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, there's Flipper literally, and that's why he's Flipper. Which, cut that out in post, because I'm not supposed to share that.
Yeah,
You don't actually have
okay.
to cut that out in post.
Okay,
He's
okay,
not
okay.
going to see it.
Unless. But yeah, no, it's crazy thing that like in 5 years we're gonna be like 27 doesn't sound real. Like five years from now sounds real, but 27 doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's very true. 27's a big number.
Yeah. And then what do you want to do by the next time we film another episode of these? I don't know when that is, but I'm saying 3+ years from now.
3+ years from now?
Got it.
Good job.
Mm.
You threw a card on the table. That's 2 feet away.
But I could have just done this, but I did it cool.
I would argue it's worse because you dropped the first one.
Yeah, but you know what they say, never make the same mistake twice. And look, I didn't make the same mistake twice.
Would love to travel more. I really want to go back to Yosemite. That's the big thing. I think, because like when I get a job, I'm considering negotiating, instead of negotiating for more pay, just more vacation days. Which I've heard is a thing that people can do. And I really want to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's countries. I have a list of countries, not a physical list, but I have a bunch of countries I want to go to. I really want to go to Korea, Vietnam, Spain.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of really cool places I want to go. I mean, even within America, there's a lot of national parks that I want to go to. I would like to have. I mean, I don't think there's any like specific gauge for that I can think of that like a threshold of like I'm gonna visit X number of places in 3 years. But like I would like to be able to look back and be like, yeah, I did as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the big thing.
It's a good goal to have. Yeah. Well, that's the end of the conversational part of this podcast. Wrapping up, I just got some quick hitters for you. So, first thing comes to mind. If you need some time to think about it, go ahead. Just try not to overthink it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a moment in the mind of David Ethan Bromberg. What's a song that's been stuck in your head recently?
Across the Stars.
Who's that by?
John Williams.
All right.
You know,
like
from
Star
Attack
Wars?
of the Clones.
I don't listen to the Star Wars.
The best Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones.
Well, first of all, if it's not Duel of Fates, then it's the wrong Star Wars song.
The Anakin and Padme.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not well versed into the Star Wars soundomatography, or whatever the right word is for that.
It's a phenomenal song.
Alright. What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
In All-Star, when he's like, so my body wants to ask, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, what a concept. I could use a little change for myself. No, fuel myself, and we could all use a little. That's a great line. Very clever.
No, he was spitting some bars on that
Smash
one.
Mouth is great.
Yeah, do you hear they recently broke up?
No.
Well, not broke up, they just stopped touring, I guess.
Oh, I mean, I didn't realize they were still a thing.
Yeah, the last tour, or the last thing that they did, the lead singer got shit-faced and was throwing things at the crowd, and was also just not singing the right words.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. He's a very angry person.
Yeah, somebody once told him the roll was going to roll him.
Shrek kind of screwed with that band a lot.
Yeah. It's the blessing and the curse.
Yeah.
What's the best show or movie you've seen in the past month?
I watch a lot of bad movies. I was going to say movies. Probably, The Northman was really good.
Was that I think I know the movie you're talking about.
I also
I can,
watched Hereditary for the first time recently.
Yeah.
That movie, I mean, it is a phenomenal movie. That movie is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm not a horror guy, so I'm gonna stay away from that movie.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, you should watch it. It's good.
What's the best thing you binged recently? Great
It's
answer.
Community, yeah.
What's the best book you read recently?
Oh, I don't. Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut.
Good answer. Gonna need to read that one. What is your current or most recent job?
I work at a lab on campus. It's called Nanotech West. I take out their trash, and also do some other stuff.
Hell yeah.
Make not much money, but it's okay.
Yeah. Do you want kids, and if so, how many?
I would like kids. I think I'm a little biased because I have two siblings and I had a pretty good childhood, so I would say 3 is pretty good. 2 to 3. I would never have one kid. I feel like that just kind of sucks.
End up weird.
Yeah, they end up weird. 2 to 3. 4 is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory?
The Fermi paradox.
What's the Fermi paradox?
The Fermi paradox.
Like not Furby, like Fermi?
Fermi.
Okay.
Is a paradox where basically I think the general idea is there have been like theoretical calculations of like how much life should theoretically be in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which is I think a lot based on the calculations.
Yeah.
But we haven't found any. So the Fermi paradox is basically the discrepancy between how much life there should be and how much we found, which is the Fermi paradox. And there's a bunch of explanations for it. But my personal favorite explanation is that there is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? There is not evil, but just like, hostile alien race out there that seeks planets with life and tries to eradicate them. So other aliens have learned to stay silent, and we just haven't developed to a point where we have like the technology to even like transmit signals they would find, let alone like. So like there's a race of aliens hunting all life in the universe, and everyone else is hiding.
I'll tell you what, that's a good conspiracy.
Right.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of theories about. There's a whole video I watched about the great ceiling and the great floor, where it's like, if there is other sentient life out there, there's either a point where it's like, there's something that's taken all of them out, to your point, and we're the only ones that somehow survived or like figured out a way to survive, but like it means that like we're the only like sentient life that we know of that like has gotten above that, or alternatively, we haven't gotten to that point yet. And yeah. So, fun times. What's your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be sit down or fast food?
There's a Chinese. Have you been to the Chinese place that is by Blaze, like around the corner?
I've not. No.
It's like called like, I don't know what it's called. The sign is in Chinese.
I can throw a little thing right here.
Yeah. No, it's really. They have like soup. They have soup, and it's so good. They have like chicken noodle soup, and it's phenomenal. And it's like a really small place, so sometimes to go, sometimes they eat there. But
I'll have to try it out. What's something you think is underrated?
Iron Man 3.
What's your biggest hot take?
That Iron Man 3 is a phenomenal movie.
A phenomenal movie?
It's a great movie. It is like peak Marvel.
It's not even the best Iron Man movie.
It's so good though.
I mean, I'll give you this. That is a hot take. There's been some people that I've had to prod some hot takes out of. That is a quick and very good hot take.
It's a great movie. Watch it. Watch it again. You'll love it.
I'll give it to you. I'm just gonna give it. What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
Biggest pet peeves? When people walk slow in front of me. Like if I'm walking on the sidewalk and there's like a couple people in front of me that are walking slower than me, or like if it's like too slow but not slow enough that I can like pass them without speeding up, like really awkward. It's just really frustrating.
Yeah, no, I hate that too. What's your biggest insecurity?
I've worked really hard to not have many insecurities. I was insecure about my voice for a really long time, so coming on a podcast is like a thing. I like avoided that for a while. I figured the best way to get over it is to just like ignore it. Or not ignore it, but like force myself into situations. So I'm like fine with that now, but I still think like the way I talk is a little bit of an insecurity for me.
No, trust me. Editing an hour and a half of footage of myself talking every week is you gotta come to terms with it eventually.
I would hate that.
Yeah, well, it's one of the worst parts of the job.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite qualities about yourself?
I am smart. I'm like intuitively smart. Like I'm good at figuring things out, logicking my way through things, and I value that. I like that about myself.
That's it. What's one of your favorite outfits?
Favorite outfits? I wear it's these shorts. It's not this shirt. It's these shorts, and then there's a shirt that my cousin bought me from H&M. It's like cool, and I wear that a lot.
What's on the shirt?
I don't know. It's just like a graphic tee. Looks cool. Also, I have a sweater I stole from my dad, and it's a super. I like that sweater a lot.
Any specific shoes too, or?
I mean, these are my shoes. I wear these. These are my shoes.
Yep, these are my shoes. What's your biggest hobby?
The biggest hobby? Probably Frisbee, even though I'm not very committed. I'm hoping to get really into wall climbing. I've been going to the outdoor adventure center, the walls on campus. I've been there like 3 times in the past week, so that might stick around. I get like I do the ADHD hyperfixations, and then they last like a couple months.
There you go. Well, you have a whole class of that next semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You're studying a deserted island. You can only bring one thing. You can't bring a boat. And if you bring any technology, you can't have self-service. What are you bringing?
Sea turtles.
Why sea turtles?
Because then I can escape. You gotta you rope the 2 sea turtles together and.
So you're gonna make a raft from sea turtles?
Yeah.
All right. Who are your best friends?
I mean, I have a lot of really good friends. Nick, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you count a girlfriend, but Cushy is probably my other best friend. And then I have like my roommates, Ben, Dart, Flipper. I'm not as close with DJ. And then like on the other side, I have like the other friend group where like John, Sparsh, Alex, Jack. I don't have like, I have like a lot of, I'm really lucky. I have really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of cool. Kind of weird.
As friends are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, Landon, you're my best friend.
Let's go. I made the list. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you. What are you curious about?
I go down Wikipedia holes a lot. Like I'm just I would consider myself a generally curious person. Not as much about like the things going on, and it sounds kind of dickish, but it doesn't. I'm not meaning it in a dickish way. I'm not as like curious about what's going on in other people's lives. If someone wants to tell me something, I usually just like let them tell me, and I try not to pry too much.
Oh, that's dickish. I think that's respecting people's privacy.
So I'm not as curious about what's going on in people's lives, but like just like things, how they work. Refrigerators. I'm learning about how heat pumps are a mystery to me.
Yeah, I don't even begin to comprehend how refrigerators work now that you say that.
It takes the hot out of the cold, which is how it's supposed to work the opposite of that.
Interesting.
And it's like through these heat pumps that use work, and it's really interesting, and it's confusing, and I'm curious about refrigerators.
What is something that you have to do every day?
Poop. I poop a lot.
Do you still do that thing where you can't poop at other people's houses?
No, I got over that.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that now. Now I have a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I try and shit in as many campus bathrooms as I can. So I was gonna make an Instagram account where I rate the different bathrooms around campus entirely subjectively based on like how my shit went.
Yeah.
So I could be in the bathroom in the basement of Ramsayer Hall is insanely cool. It's like marble and like, I know it's probably not real marble, but it's like this huge bathroom. But like if I had a shit in there that was like just total squirts, I would give it like a 4 out of 10 because it lost points on
the actual poop itself. Yeah. I would follow that Instagram. I would be thoroughly amused by it.
I really wanted to do that. It never got made. But me and I have a group chat with 2 of my friends. And sometimes we'll just text in the group chat like I just destroyed the bathroom in Thompson.
I clogged one of their toilets.
You really? Good job.
I remember I had a buddy who we'd always make like There was just a running gag about his IBS that he'd always be shitting himself at like the randomest places.
Nice.
And I texted him like, dude, I clogged the Thompson bathroom. Like, I know how you feel
What
now.
floor?
Basement.
Oh no.
Yeah. I remember just like looking around, there was no one there, washed my hands and just bolted. Did not want to be associated.
Insane.
Yeah, this is my confession to whoever had to clean that up. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. What is your proudest accomplishment?
Making it this far.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of difficulty freshman year with school and whatnot, and I got pretty, not like incredibly close, but I got fairly close to dropping out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too. Yeah, freshman year engineering is a trial by fire and it fucking sucks. So I feel you.
It's hard.
Dude, that first semester, like, I'm sure it was similar for you, but for me it was like physics, Calc 1, engineering, C++, as well as like survey and my scholars class. So
We had 1172 at FEH.
yeah, fuck that first semester, dude.
It was hard. It was also hard because I was in an honors dorm, so everyone around me was like, at least appeared to be doing really well, and I was like, wow, I am struggling a lot.
It's all about making face.
Yeah.
Maybe a surprise. What is one thing you want to own?
I really want a lightsaber. Like, you know those like not a cheap, I have like a cheap.
Like a custom, like well-made
I want one
lightsaber?
of those like $250 like showcase lightsabers that are just like feel nice to hold.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever need to buy me something, like that's gonna be on my like wedding registry.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna get you one that no one else is gonna get you, but I got you.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you think the price of gas will be the next time we film?
Probably about $4.
Yeah. Where do you want to visit next?
Realistically, I'm probably gonna try and make it out to California sometime soon. Actually, I think I'm gonna go to Boston over winter break and visit my cousin. I actually have like plans for that, tentatively. Unrealistically, I would really love to go to, I think Korea would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
My parents
South,
went
right?
to Korea. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
My parents went to Korea a couple of years ago, and it was awesome, and I want to visit.
Yeah.
Apparently there's good food.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know Korean barbecue and like fried chicken are both ridiculous, so you can imagine like the actual Korean stuff
Right.
is even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for me, for the world, whoever?
Don't take it too seriously. I mean, yeah, no, everything is, I mean, life is stressful, things are very real, but, you know, you gotta, I mean, everyone has the same kind of issues, just don't sweat it.
I like that. And last but not least, I'm gonna place it that time. Top 5.
My first two are gonna go kind of hand in hand. We got, like, cold bed sheets.
Yeah?
You know when you get in bed under the covers, but your covers are cold?
Yeah.
And like flipping the pillow all the time, that's me, I flip the pillow all the time.
It's a great feeling.
Conversely, a warm bathroom floor out of the shower. I stayed at someone's house one time where they had heated bathroom floors, and it was the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. Like, it was incredible.
I didn't know I wanted to splurge on anything until I knew. Until I know.
Dogs,
Dogs.
just in general.
Great
I'd
answer.
say animals in general are up there, but dogs are like slightly higher. To see it like the stars at night in like an isolated area.
Like without like all the light,
Yeah, like in the
Pollution.
middle of the desert kind
Yeah.
of thing.
like a nice starry night.
A nice starry night. That feeling you get when you finish writing a program or code
Mm-hmm.
and it works. Like it works the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to, and you don't
Yeah.
have to like debug it anymore.
Yeah, when you're like, it finally works, you're like, I am programming God.
Yes. That feeling.
That's an incredible feeling.
That
like
is
that
like
is
the best feeling in the
like
world.
there's no better sense of euphoria than that, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah. That's a great answer. That's a great top 5 too.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, Dave, I'm glad to have you on this.
Do I get a handshake?
Hey, give me a handshake. I don't know. I still ending these things was weird. Honestly, the whole thing, even though you're like,
You have
My-
an outro. Alright, I'll go first. I'm Landon.
and I'm Landon. Wait, is this just news dudes again? Well, first of all, it's welcome to News Dudes, where we're bringing you news reviews. Woohoo! I'm Landon, and I'm Landon. And then we do the news
That
dude.
was a really good thing.
That was it's fun to think back on the memories of making it. The actual content, not so much.
Now that's number 6.
Number 6 is news dudes.
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, how do you want to end this thing? I usually let my guests kind of do whatever they want with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think a firm handshake is good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Good content. Better person, but mostly good content. Wait, there we go.